Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome to Lifestyle Manifesting. I'm Shannon, and on my channel, I talk all about manifesting as a lifestyle. We are a manifesting tribe, and if you want to be part of my manifesting community, join my free Facebook group. The link is in my description to be part of a community that knows that you are the operant power. Manifest your desire. I want to talk about self-concept and how powerful you are, and when you change your perception of yourself, when you think from the version of you who already has your desire, you become that reality. Your reality shifts and shapes and forms around you to be and show you and prove that you are that person. So when you want to change anything, the most important thing you need to do is focus on you. So when someone comes, like even in my Facebook group, I'll have people ask, well, how do I manifest my specific person? You manifest your specific person. You manifest your specific person by changing you, by being and thinking from the version of you who has the desire and has what you want. The version of you who has what you want is already thinking and saying, I have what I want. It's all good. I have my desire. I know that I'm loved. I love myself. I choose myself. So you only need to change yourself because the world is all shaping and forming around you. When you change your conception of yourself, the world will shift and confirm whoever you believe yourself to be. So the world's already shaping and forming around who you believe yourself to be. And I want to remind you, it's not that because some people think, well, I'm not that person yet. It's only you only need to assume you are that person. Your assumption manifests. So you just assume to be that person until the world just shapes and forms and solidifies around you. The world literally solidifies around who you are. So think from the version of you who is secure. Think about that. When you're secure, the world will confirm, and it will be a mirror reflection of confirmation that you're secure. So that's one of your foundations of your self-concept. Create that foundation that you're secure. Because you could be secure in one area, but maybe not the other area. Maybe you're secure in money and wealth and that lifestyle of abundance, but you're not secure in a relationship. So start thinking from the version of you who's secure no matter what. You're grounded, you're secure, you're centered, you're like unshakable. Be that version of you. The world will confirm it. If you're currently insecure, unsure, feeling rejected or feeling like you're not chosen, remember the world reflects you. So if you're feeling that way, you are having assumptions about yourself from that state of being or that state, then your world will confirm that you're insecure. So if you're insecure, your world confirms it. The world shows you. The world shows you that you're insecure, and the world's going to show you're insecure with different circumstances and situations. That's why it's important to see yourself as someone who's secure. You're secure. You're anchored. You're centered. You are infinite wisdom also, by the way. You're infinite wisdom. You have all the answers within you. So think of yourself as infinite wisdom, complete security, a master manifester, someone who can manifest anything you want, someone who manifests fast. That's who you are. All right, so let me answer some questions. How to take myself out of a negative state that has nothing working out. But you're looking at everything that's not working out. You're already looking and perceiving it as a negative state. Your perception is that it's a negative state and it's not working out. Remember, your perception, your assumption, what you're seeing and thinking is happening. It becomes your reality. So what do? You have to look away from that it's a negative state or the negative circumstance. You have to look at the best in any situation. right? You understand you could look at the best in any situation. Even if you didn't get the job you wanted, you could look at the best in that situation saying, you know, like somebody, there's many infinite ways to look at it, right? You could say, hey, it just wasn't the right job. I mean, you're the creator, but somebody could think that without knowing they're the creator. It wasn't the right job. Something better will come along. Well, something better does come along for that person because they took a positive from that experience. So keep looking at the positive, okay? This is a mental discipline. Say an intention, and I find an intention to be very powerful when you're looking at the circumstance. Why? Because it feels sort of realistic, if we want to be a little realistic and a little logical. Okay, it's realistic to say, I don't want that anymore, that negative circumstance. I don't like that it's not working out. I intend, and then focus on your intention. I intend this is working out. I intend my desires all manifest for me. I intend that I'm living a good life. I intend things get better and better. So do you see how you could easily shift to that ideal reality? Because wherever you're putting your focus and intention, that's where you're guiding and steering your life. So you have to practice putting your attention on the wish fulfilled, the type of life that you want. Not at, oh, I don't like this, right? When you're focused on not working out, it's not working out. I hate this. Now you're just going down that path, bringing everything, you know, manifesting. The projection of reality just becomes all of that. So make an intention. Maybe you want to take your phone and have an alert, and it's like 3 times a day. In the morning, you're going to set your intention for the day. Set your intention. In the afternoon, you're going to have an alert again. Remind yourself, set my intention for this afternoon, right? Set your intention for the morning, for the afternoon, and then set your intention in the evening. Set your intention. Where are you going? Where are you going in your imagination? Because that's where you go in your life. Where are you going? Saturate yourself with the positive, the outlook of positivity. And it's not about being positive, it's about guiding your life to where you want it to go. You could also declare that everything's already perfect. Okay, even though you're going to think it's not, but you know that you're the creator. And if you declare everything's perfect, your world will shift around you to show you that truth and confirm that it is perfect. I like that affirmation, actually. For me, it's changed the game for many different topics that I didn't feel good on, okay? I just decided, you know what, this is all perfect. I'm in the right place. I'm getting everything I want. How can I manifest something by a certain date? You decide that, let's look at the self-concept of someone that can manifest by a certain date. Then the self-concept is, I'm someone who manifests by a certain date. I know how to get what I want when I want. I get everything I want by a certain date. Like, you just declare it. Just state you are. You're stating this in your imagination. I'm someone who manifests on a time frame. I'm someone who gets something quickly. I'm someone who gets it instantly. That's who I am. Okay, so as part of your self-concept, build that into who you are. It's already who you are, but we kind of became something else based on the outer world, right? Of what people told us. Like, there is a belief in the whole manifesting community that you can't manifesting on a certain date, and don't even focus on it. Well, then that's a reality too. That reality exists. You can manifest on a certain date. Neville Goddard even talks about this in one of his, I think it's Faith is Your Fortune, chapter 15. I've worked on it, manifesting by a specific date, in my VIP group. I've talked about it and I've lectured on it, and we have manifested on a certain date. So pick that date. You are someone that can do that. And now imagine it's already done. It's done already. If you want to create an imaginal scene, select that date. Now imagine it as if it already happened. Bring yourself into the future, imagining it already happened. You see that date in your phone on your calendar. It's done. It already happened. Okay, and then I want to explain something, because, okay, so what do we really see in the 3D? Let's say let's say you've been embodying the version of you who manifests on a time crunch, and you want to manifest something by a certain date. Let's say that date came and went, right? It came and went. You're like, oh, it didn't happen. But at that point, you can't say to yourself, it didn't happen. You keep declaring it no matter what. What if you get it the next day? What if you get it the next day? The thing is, you can get it the next day. But when you stop and say it didn't happen, your dominant feeling is, and your dominant belief is that you didn't do it. Okay, so if you want to become someone who manifests by a certain date, you have to keep sticking with it. You got to keep declaring it. You have to keep imagining you did manifest it by that certain date, because you will transfer that reality into your experience as you continue. Like you don't ever stop affirming it. You don't ever stop affirming it. A conscious creator understands that your imagination precedes the physical reality. So get that down pat, right? Saturate the knowing that your imagination is first cause and the reality, the physical reality, is the effect. So all you have to do is continuously say, I manifest by a certain date. So that's the cause, the effect. Let's say the effect didn't happen because you're still believing, you're still looking for the evidence. That's why it's not happening. You're looking for the evidence, or you just haven't stayed loyal to the vision. You haven't stayed loyal to affirming who you are. You affirm it consistently until it just becomes your reality. You affirm it consistently until it is what you're living as your life. You don't ever stop. You don't ever stop affirming. I give up so easily, I don't persist. Let's just change that right now, because we can affirm right now and create a new reality. And you don't want to keep affirming that. I know you want to tell me, oh, I just give up easily, but you don't want to create that. Do you want to create that? Just decide, you know what? I'm going to change it now. You're changing it now. You can change it right now. Right now, you could say, I have a burning desire. I get what I want. I'm going to persist. I'm going to have this until I get it. The persistence is a key. The persistence is a key. Persistence, and what does that mean? What does persist means? What does it mean? It means you constantly remind yourself that it's already done. You know it's yours. You're getting what you want. You're not only getting because you already have it. You're getting what you want because the effect is going to give it to you because you've been affirming it. The first step is always recognizing, right? You recognize, you said, I give up so easily, I don't persist. Okay, recognize you're saying that. Now just say, you know what? I'm not going to do that anymore. I don't want to live that life. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I'm getting what I want. I'm determined. How can I do the telephone technique to manifest a new house? So the telephone technique, it's really an inner conversation, right? It's an inner conversation that you're having with yourself. You're imagining you're on the phone. You're imagining you're on your phone. So imagining you're having a conversation. Who would you be calling that about a new house? Sometimes it's our parents. So let's say it's a mom or dad, or it could be your best friend. It could be a good friend. It could be a relative, right? So pick that person that you would be talking to about your new house. And now just imagine that conversation. That's the telephone technique. It's an inner conversation. So the inner conversation is you're imagining you're on the phone and it's your mom. Let's just say mom, because for me, I would probably call my mom. And I'm imagining I'm talking to my mom. I would say, she's asking me about it. How's the new house? Can you hear her voice? Hear that person's voice saying, how's your new house? And you're saying, I love it. I love it. Now you love it. Now just go through that imagery. Use the imagery that you would see walking through the house. Actually walk through the house while you're telling her about it. You're saying, I just love the new house. Beautiful kitchen. I have great closet space, right? So get into seeing through the eyes of the version of you who already has it. You're just telling that person on the other end, like, everything you love about your new house. Everything worked out. You could even tell a little story, whatever that story is, okay? We went through the process. It was all easy. We closed on time. I love my new house. I already started hanging everything in there, the decorations, all my furniture. I love it. And like, what is the conversation they would reply? Like, I'm so happy for you. You have wanted that. I'm so happy you have what you love. Okay, so it's just a little dialogue. It doesn't have to be long. That telephone technique, which I just call inner conversation, imagining you're having a phone call, you just have that for like 2 or 3 minutes. It doesn't have to go on for a long time. And you felt it. I actually just felt it as I described. Like, I love it. I love my new house. I love it. Okay, so that's how you do it. And then you decide, after you imagine it, you decide it's done. Okay, because once you did the technique, the telephone technique or the inner conversation, it's done. You imagined it, it's done. You don't have to keep imagining it and affirming it over and over and over. You can. I do that also. I just remind myself, yeah, it's already done. I already have this. It's done. Nothing more to do. Infinite intelligence is taking care of the rest. It's done. Okay, because you might use that technique and then you wonder, did I do it right? Is that right? You just declare it. Yes, you did it right. So imagine it. And just say, yeah, I did it. Did you feel it? Did you feel good about it? Then you did it right. That's it. It's done. That's all you needed to do is choose that. You've impressed your subconscious mind. And now you don't need to worry or doubt. It's done. Hi, Shannon. Just wanted to say thank you for helping us. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay, Sarah, you're so right. It's all about the whole. Align your thoughts with desired reality. Exactly. What do I do when I start feeling like giving up on my manifestation? You're wanting to give up on your manifestation because you're looking and you're deciding that you don't have it. Why are you already saying you don't have it? You do have it. So I want your perspective to be to look at your world as it's already done. You already have it. Remember, you're looking through the eyes of separation when we look at the 3D reality, but that's actually an illusion. The illusion is that this is all separate from us, that the 3D world, that everything is separate, but that's an illusion. It's not what it seems. What the truth is, it's coming from you. So you're wanting to give up on your manifestation because you're looking and you're seeing that you don't have it. That's your dominant belief. Your dominant belief is you don't have it. Right when you say that question, you're saying, I don't have it. You feel like giving up on it, meaning you don't have it. Here's how you shift your perspective. It's already done. It's already done. You don't have to give up on anything. You don't have to give up on yourself. All you want to do is, on a consistent basis, is decide you're a master at this. You don't need that, because the moment you need it, it means you don't have it. If you need something, it means you don't have it. You already have it. I just want you to start embodying having. So gratitude, that's what you do. You focus on gratitude. That's living in the end of having something. And you don't have to focus on living in the end of having that specific desire. You focus on the end, the living in the end of having. It's a feeling. It's a feeling of satisfaction, feeling okay. Do you feel like you're not okay without the appearance of that it's not physically here? It's already within you. So you're not giving up on anything. You're just going to focus on living your best life, because that's also living in the end. You can decide, you know what, that's done. And now live your best life, live your joy. That's living in the end. That's a really easy way to manifest things. You don't have to affirm all day. You just decide, okay, it's done. Nothing more for you to do except for live your joy, because that's living in the end. Do you see that? Those are the feelings you would have had you had your desire. Wouldn't you be living in bliss? You have your desire. You'd be living, you'd, for the most part, be feeling like, I got it. Like, I got this. Okay. There wouldn't be worry that you didn't have it. It's an inner practice. Okay, so start practicing that right now. So the ways that I was saying you practice that is by being in gratitude, deciding you already have it. You're in the state of gratitude, and you're not focused there. You're just focused on living your life, living your joy. How do I manifest engagement in 2023? You affirm it. I am engaged. Okay, so affirm it as if it already happened. Remember, The past, present, and future are all just right now in the present moment. So you speak to yourself as if it already happened. You can use the telephone technique. Imagine you're talking to your best friend. Imagine you're talking about like everything about the engagement. I love my ring. Like, what would you be saying? Think to yourself, this is the year I got engaged, 2023. I love my ring. What would it look like if you use your imagination to imagine, not your actual hand, but you're just imagining in your imagination, you're imagining your hand with the ring on it. And what does it look like? Even if you don't know specifically, what would it feel like that you have this ring, an engagement ring around your finger? What does that feel like? How would you manifest not divorcing? Then you focus on what you want. So don't focus on divorce. You focus on commitment, staying together, committed. Okay, so you want to say your intentions around, which the same thing for engagement. Say an intention. I intend I'm engaged this year. I intend it all goes my way. With staying together and not divorcing, you don't want to think about we're getting divorced, because divorce feels like the two people are separate, right? Of separating. It doesn't feel like you're together. So focus on the ideas of already being together, okay? Together, the version of you, okay? This is key. The version of you who is in the relationship. This is why I created my self-concept course, and this is why I have success from my clients, because they become the version of them. That person becomes the version of themselves who has their desire by thinking from that version of you. That version of you is saying, I am loved. I radiate love. I know that I am first best. I know that I am a great catch. I know that I am amazing. You're not desperately. The opposite would be, here's what you definitely don't want to do. You don't want to be focused on that other person. You don't want to be focused on what they even say to you, especially if they're saying the things you don't want to hear. You cannot focus there, and you can't be emotionally attached to that situation. You have to disregard what you see and hear, and then you capture and cultivate within you. You decide that you're loved, because when you decide you're loved, the world reflects that, and it will come through your specific person. Okay, so you're knowing that you're number one. If you know you're number one, the world will show you. The world just goes, oh yeah, you're number one, right? The world shows you through people, places, and things that you're number one. So when you're knowing you're number one and you're a gift to the world, the reflection, which is your 3D world, which is people, places, and things, reflect that. So your specific person, it's law. They must be showing you that truth. They must confirm and show you the truth of what you feel about yourself. So when you're going through that situation of divorce and you're thinking about feeling rejected, or you're feeling like this isn't what you want, you're just being like led along with what's happening in the world instead of creating. You could create what you want. And by the way, you're the one that aligned with that reality of being divorced or going through that situation, right? Or potentially going through it, right? It was all coming from you, because your world is a reflection of you. It's yourself pushed out. This situation is happening because of you, 100%. So if you aligned, and if we want to say created, you created this reality, then you can shift into a new reality by having new thoughts. That's it, by having new thoughts. 100%. You have new thoughts about who you are, and you stick to that. And you're not thrown off if they say something different. If they say you're unattractive, they're not attracted to you anymore, that doesn't shake you, because that's just a reflection. You're not going to believe that. You're going to decide, yes, that's what you decide, that you are attracted or attractive. You are attractive, and you are stunning, and you are radiating beauty. See, but you can't let the 3D world, the person, tell you what you are and believe it. You get to decide who you are. The world's just going to shape around you. Okay, you got it? I have many things that I offer, many ways to work with me. I have my VIP group if you want to level up and be part of a community that is a master manifester. That is my mastermind group, and you will change your life. I have amazing success stories in that group. Why are certain things so easy to manifest and other things make it hard to keep a certain mindset? It's because of your belief. Remember, your beliefs are manifesting. Your beliefs about the world manifest. Even we believe the world is a linear timeline. We believe in the past, we believe in the future, we believe or present in the future. As a conscious creator, you know that everything exists right now. But your beliefs manifested. Something was easy to manifest because you just didn't have any opposition towards it. You already had some internal general belief or specific belief about it, or you didn't really have any opposing thoughts about it. Okay, so now what do you want it? Well, let's get to the solution. Well, first of all, decide you're someone who's the solution. Because if you're in the problem, and I love this from Einstein, who also knew that time did not exist, right? So what his quote, which I'm paraphrasing, is if you can't solve a problem from the same thoughts that you had when you created the problem. Okay, so the version of you who feels rejected can't solve that problem if you're still feeling rejected. This is the example of feeling rejected, right? Or relationship not working out. If you're feeling rejected, you can't solve that problem. You need to think from the solution. So that's solution, meaning the version of you who has what you want. That's the solution. So you can't solve the problem with the same thinking that created the problem. You have to be thinking from the version of you who's in the solution. Really, what that is saying ultimately is you just start saying and declaring that you have what you want. And I know it's not that natural in the beginning, because in the beginning you're going to claim that you have something and you're like, I have it. And then you're like, well, I don't know, I don't have it. No, you just decide whatever you want, you have to keep claiming it. You claim, I have it. If it's $100,000 and you manifest it, can you believe that you can manifest $100,000 today? Well, that's going to depend on your own beliefs, your own belief system. Okay, so you can change your belief system, and when you do, you can manifest a new reality where you manifest $100,000 in a day. And that's just normal and natural for you. Think of your self-concept. Your self-concept is, how did you state this? Sometimes it's hard to keep a certain mindset. Okay, so instead of thinking it's hard to keep a certain mindset, you're in the self-concept, the version of you who says it's easy to keep a mindset. It's easy. So these are even affirmations that I use to get where I'm at. And my affirmations manifested, because affirmations are ideas. Those ideas repeated over and over create a belief, because a belief is just a thought, right? That we've thought over and over. So affirmations manifest. Then you just start saying, I have a disciplined mind. I am completely certain of my mindset. Just look in the mirror and get dedicated and say, I have a disciplined mind. You just repeat that to yourself. I'm someone who's disciplined. I'm someone who's focused. I'm someone who knows how to focus. I'm someone who knows how to get what I want. Sure, you might not know how to get what you want, but remember, you have to think from the solution. The solution is the version of you who says, I know how to do this. I know how to manifest fast. I know how to keep a disciplined mind. I know how to let it go and let it go to infinite intelligence, where I don't have to keep affirming it. I don't have to affirm all day long. Sure, I just know it. But in the beginning, maybe you do need to keep affirming it, because you're creating the affirmation over and over is creating a new belief. And as you create a new belief, by the way, before you even create the belief, the world will start reflecting it back to you. And that's how you will gain the confidence within. I'm just thinking about that time. Even the world reflected before, the world is reflecting things to me when it's not even really true. Physically not true. And the world keeps showing me that. And I love it that time that I went with my kids to Fright Fest at Six Flags Great America. There was a line down the street. And I was like, shit, we just drove 45 minutes to get here. Even though we have season passes, we can't get in if the place is full to capacity, right? But I'm a master manifester. I decide that. I looked at the evidence and I was like, oh shit, am I really gonna get in? Well, if I keep going along that way, I'm not getting in. But what did I do? Lined up with all these people. I parked far away because the parking lot was full. I walked with my kids there, and somebody said that you had to have a wristband because I was asking questions. There was a lady standing there near the gate before you even get to the gate, but just to even let you get on the grounds, and she was standing at the sidewalk, and they were asking people for their wristbands. So I looked, and I think I had long sleeves because it's like Fright Fest, so in the fall, right? And I had long sleeves on, kind of, or, you know. And I walk right up to her, and she said, can I see your wristband? And I went like this. Okay, so I didn't have a wristband on, you guys. I had no wristband on. Maybe my sleeve was to here. I just went like this. And she goes, okay. And then I pointed at my son, who was maybe 7 or 8 at the time. I said, show her your wristband, knowing he had no wristband on also. And he just put his hand out and just went like this. And she goes, okay, and she let us go. I was like, whoa, that was one of the craziest manifestations, which was several years ago, maybe 3 years ago. And I did not have a wristband on. And there were at least 50 people in this group trying to cross the sidewalk. And I just walked up and she said, show me your wristband. And I show her nothing. And she goes, go ahead. So that's how I know this world is not real. Because in my imagination, I just decided I'm getting in there. I already pictured that we were on the rides. I already pictured we were seeing all the people dressed up in their costume. I kind of pictured that all as I was walking, and I just said, I'm getting in. Was my heart racing when I walked up to her thinking she's asking for my wristband? I said, yes. Yes, my heart was racing because I thought I don't know, but I just tested it out. The world reflected back to me. I had what I had in my imagination. In my imagination, I didn't even really picture that it was a wristband on my wrist. I only pictured I was in there. So I got in. How did that happen? Right? Maybe she didn't care. Okay, somebody could probably analyze it. I don't care, but I know that the world reflected what I affirmed, and I know that I'm a master manifester. That's first and foremost. I just declare that. I wasn't, when I started becoming it, I wasn't. So all to go back to Einstein's think from the solution. What that means is you're thinking as if you already have your desire, which is you're a master manifester. You're focused, you're disciplined, you're focused, you're just someone who gets everything you want. Just decide, I'm someone who gets everything I want, and create that belief. I want you to look at manifesting deliberately as fun. Okay. Eleanor said, how do you manifest? I manifest by knowing my self-concept. Okay, by knowing, my self-concept is I'm a master at this. Can I manifest anything I want in a second? Well, the physical reality is not really showing me that, but yes, on many topics, yes. And will I be able to do it on every topic? Yes, because I'm creating that. Okay, so a little part of me wants to say no, but why am I going to say no? I'm going to keep saying yes. So join my group if you want to be part of a community where you see that people are manifesting their specific person, manifesting money, manifesting all sorts of things, manifesting homes. You can do it. If you can imagine it, it's done. The fact that you imagined it, it's done. Okay, hi Melissa, hello. I know you haven't seen me in a while. I've been on vacation and I'm back. I've been on vacation. We didn't have really great reception, and I just decided, you know what? I'm going to imagine you're all doing well and that I'm seeing success stories consistently, and that's what I'm imagining. Samantha, I'm struggling. I feel like I can't get the hang of manifesting. So you just say no matter what you want. Yeah, okay. Samantha, here's what you're gonna do. Don't focus on the desire outside of you. Don't focus on the new car that you want or the new dress, or don't focus there like, I want that, because it's all within you. Just focus on the version of you. So the version of you, just start saying like, I am affirmations are the most powerful things you can say. The two most powerful words that I've experienced, this is my experience, okay? So I already knew I am is powerful. I am, whatever you put behind it is who you become. Right now, you already are whoever you say you are. I am a student. I am, working at this job. Those are all facts. So if you want to change who you are and what you experience, you just start saying something different with I am. I am confident. I am someone who gets everything I want. Focus on that. I'm someone who gets everything I want. When you don't get something you want, then just say, you know what? I'm someone who gets everything I want. Even in the face of not getting it, that's how you change your reality, because you don't let the 3D determine the circumstance. You don't let that determine where you're going. You determine where you're going through your creative power, which is the spiritual sensation, right? Your spiritual sensation is your imagination, and that's where you create. So create the version of you who's like, you want to feel in a relationship that you're loved and you're desired and you're irresistible, then you say, I am irresistible. Like, what about you as a friend? I am the friend that everyone wants to hang out with. I am someone who's always included. Catch what you're already saying about yourself. Because if someone's saying, I'm never included, I feel left out, I'm kind of lonely, nothing's working out, then that's what your life will be. Literally, what you're saying is what's reflected in your world. So you have to switch what you're saying and what you're thinking. And to do that, you switch and shift to, you're shifting your state. Your state is who you think yourself to be. Who are you? What's your identity? Okay, you just decide that you're getting everything you want and persist. And here's the thing, the 3D world is reflecting back everything and anything. So is it reflecting back your doubts and fears and your focus there? You're the operant power, because a lot of times we start to think we're crazy and we're like, I don't know, and I'm not good at this. No, stop doing that. We are building master manifestors in my community, okay? The lifestyle manifesting, make it a lifestyle. Make this your lifestyle. It's a lifestyle just to get everything you want. That's your lifestyle. If you need additional help, or if you want to work on your own, use my self-concept course, The Blueprint to Manifest Your Desire Fast. I love you all. You are powerful. Follow me if you're not following, or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.